Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Vivs back from Slide Nerd. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a cylinder, its surface area and volume. This is pretty similar to the previous program, the circle, but I'm going to go through it once more just to ensure that you guys don't have a problem with the input and the processing. So let's go ahead and do this. So the same steps apply. Surface area, we need the radius as an input, and we need to ask the height as well. So we can do either two things. We can either assume both the radius and the height, or we can ask the user for the radius and the height. So I'm going to do the second part. I will ask the user, use the formula 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. As you guys can see, this can be simplified to something like this: 2 pi r into r plus h. Alright, so print this. So here we are going to need two inputs in place of one. So let's go ahead and do this. I'll use NetBeans for this one, unlike last Eclipse. NetBeans, again the same steps: file, new project, Java application, click next, give it a name, say cylinder test. Alright, click finish. At this point, all the usual garbage that we write is ready. We just need to start working with the program. So now we have two inputs. So we first tell the user out.println, ask him to enter the radius. Right, now we need to set our pipe mechanism, which I have been talking about in all the vids so far. First thing, the user will enter on the keyboard, goes into a big tank. We need to establish a pipe connection with that tank. So we say system.in, which is the name of that pipe. Now this system.in is like a pipe which carries binary data, ones and zeros, from the keyboard to you. Now you need to convert this into characters. So you say new input stream reader, which is like a filter that converts stuff. So at this point, you have your stuff converted, but you need to link your program with this converter, and that is done with a buffered reader. So at this point, everything is ready. Give this buffered reader a name. So now, if you see what it is giving some error, it says cannot find the symbol. Alright, import it. So now things are perfect. Let's go ahead and read stuff. This is gonna be your value, which is gonna be stored in something called input 1 maybe. Alright, now at this point there is an error. It says unreported exception must be caught or declared to be thrown. What it is trying to say is that if the user enters nothing over here, then you will have a problem in your program, right? Because you're trying to read something when there is nothing. So to handle that situation, you simply write throws exception at the top of your program in the main function near the main, so that you don't deal with that problem. So at this point we have our input 1. We need to read our input 2 again the same way. We'll say enter the cylinder, the height, right? Oops, sorry about that. Alright, now string input 2. At this point, we have both our input 1 and input 2, which is the radius and the height. But the problem is they are both in string. We need to convert them into doubles, so we'll say double radius equals to input 1. This cannot be possible because input 1 is a string, radius is a double. We need to use a function called parse double to convert this input 1 string to radius double. This parse double is inside a class called double, so we say double dot parse double input 1. Same thing we do for the height. We have our height, double dot parse double input 2. At this point we have both the height and the radius, and now question arises about using the formula. So let's see. Oops, I forgot what the formula was. Let me take a peek. That's 2 pi r into r plus h. Alright, so we say pi now 2 pi radius into radius plus height. Store this inside double area. At this point we have everything. We just need to print the area out, right? So take it up, copy paste, and we simply say area. Alright, so things are ready. We say file, save, right click on the test in the projects window, run file, enter the radius, say 10, enter the height again 10, it's 1256. Things are working. Alright, so we are done with the area part. Now let's go to the volume of the cylinder. Let's get this over with. So now the volume is the same stuff. You have input. There's three things you can do: assume the value, ask the user, or take a random value. We use the formula V is pi r square h. Pretty simple compared to the last formula, right? And then we simply print it. Let's do this. So the input step is going to be the same: the radius, the height, everything is there. The conversion, fine, the pi is there. Just need to remove this area part. Calculate volume instead. Double volume is pi into radius into height, right? Yep. Alright, so now we just need to print this volume out. Go file, save, right click on this, run file. It's gonna say enter the radius, you say 10, enter the height, say 5. Okay, 1570. Alright, so at this point we are done with this program. I hope you guys got something out of this. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know your comments. What do you think about this? Have a nice day. I'll catch you guys later.